Good evening, guys, and happy Sunday. Happy Self Love Sunday. I hope you did something for yourself. So, I'm not coming on here for Chrissy's Coaching Corner, which was supposed to be today. I had a really fun filled weekend, and I'm going to share some of that stuff. I want to put a vlog together, just sharing a really good time we had. A couple things to say tonight, I think. One is, I feel so renewed and refreshed. This weekend was amazing. I got to connect with a whole bunch of positive, assertive, productive, beautiful women. Beautiful on the inside and outside. Just so happy about life. And I think it was it was an empowering weekend. As I mentioned, I think Thursday, it was one of my friend's birthday, and her best friend just went all out for her birthday. So, like, she got some hotel rooms. She had these cars picking us up to drive us to restaurants. Like, it was just an amazing weekend with amazing women. And it was just, I think when you connect with like-minded people, the conversations are different. There was no bickering. There was no jealousy. There were no attitudes. It was just so refreshing to be around all of these women. And you know, women, we are very detail oriented, and we all are very meticulous about what we want in terms of how we want our food and what we want to eat and what we want to order. And we change our minds and we talk a lot. And that was a lot because there were a lot of us, right? That was a lot, right? But it was done and handled in such an amazing way because everyone is so positive and in a good space mentally and just healthy and sound and just great. You know what I mean? Like, it was amazing. It was some single ladies. It was some married ladies. The married women were talking about, things just in terms of, I feel like it's more like wisdom in those that have been in long-term relationships, even that are not married. I have a friend who's not married but has been in a really long-term relationship with a really good man. And my friends that are in marriages that, one that I knew here, they provide wisdom and sound judgment when it comes to finding the right partner. I learned a lot this weekend. I've been on trips with women before that have not ended well. Honestly, it kind of severed some friendships just because we were not in alignment, and it just, and that's okay. I feel like not everyone is for you. You just got to find your people, and you have to be very much intentional. One, you have to be very honest about who you truly are. So when you connect with people, it's either yes, we mesh, or no, we don't, and then part ways. No drama, no problems, no beef, no issues, no negative connotations or anything like that, but being real about what you need in people, because it's very important to make sure you're protecting your peace and your space. The wrong person in your life can really debilitate you. So anyway, great weekend, empowering weekend. But I came on here, I didn't come on here to talk about that. You guys will see the vlog and the good stuff and all the fun stuff. I didn't record everything because I was so busy having so much fun. I forgot a lot of the times. Imani had to remind me, like, hey, we need to record videos. But I digress. That's not why I came on here. I came on here for Chrissy's confession. Chrissy's confessions, for those that don't know, Chrissy's confessions are where I just share a real vulnerable moment about what I'm going through in hopes that it will help someone else learn and grow and just be more confident in expressing their truth, no matter how, not messy, but no matter how intense they may be. Let's use that for lack of better words. So I am struggling right now. I realize that I do have financial trauma from my childhood. In my childhood, I was born and raised in the hood in Brooklyn, New York. We always lived in spaces that didn't look good, right? Inside, they looked a mess. Outside, they looked a mess. And I knew that I didn't want to be that when I grew up. I knew that even though these are things that I'm used to, these environments I'm used to, I knew that I wanted something different out of my life. I knew that that's not where I was going to stay. So in me transitioning into my own spaces, I have slowly came to a place of comfort in my space where the space is nice and I have, nice, decent furniture and I can take care of my space. And I'm very much on that, like very much I'm meticulous about what happens in my space and keeping it clean and keeping it looking really nice, because we didn't have that when we were younger and I never want to go back to that space. But with the financial trauma, we always had issues with, we might have some money from a settlement. My dad would get a settlement for something that happened with him, whatever. You know what I mean? Like we would have a lump sum of money and everything would be great. We would be eating out. We would be getting clothes. We would be living it up. And then we were broke, where we couldn't get clothes, could barely pay bills. You know what I mean? That type of situation where it was like all or absolutely nothing. And I lived through that my whole childhood. As an adult, I think I started to see, especially when, and I talked about this in one of my Chrissy's coaching corners, I feel like it episode, it might have been the first episode. Yeah, because I started talking about what happened and how I got, my dad kind of took advantage of me when I was trying to save and all that good stuff. So, not good stuff, but you know what I'm saying. So, with that, as an adult, there's more of a financial trauma because, I was really trying to get out of that habit of not having and that lack mindset and just trying to save. And then we have this issue where my dad is using my credit, like getting stuff in my name illegally as an adult, messing my credit up, trying to manipulate me into giving him large sums of money and then not giving it back and just disappearing like we're strangers. So I have a lot of financial trauma, like lots. And I feel like when I was trying to do the Vet Your Spending Challenge from that Demolisher TV, Sophia Melanie, I'm in the crew, because I didn't really join the challenge, but I tried to do the challenge on my own. I really think this year I'm going to be very intentional and actually do the challenge with them. But so all is to say, so I have a lease renewal coming up. And I've been stressed out because every year the rent goes up and I'm always in a space where I'm like, I need to get a house. I'm in an apartment. I've been here for years. And I'm in a space where I'm like, I need to get a house. But then I'm like, it's just you and Josh and he's going to move soon. He's 20. Like, what's your next steps? Like, what do you really want to do? Like, do you want a house just to say you got a house because you feel like you should have a house? Do you want to stay in an apartment where you're constantly paying more money and it's not yours? You can't leave this to anyone. You can't leave it in your family for generations. It's just, you're just giving someone money. I'm thinking a condo, honestly. And honestly, I had a decent amount of money saved up to start that process. My credit was going well. And then life kind of happened and I just started emotionally spending on people, going to see people, investing in them and their futures and the things that they needed, and depleting some of my savings with that. So now I'm back at the point where I'm going back to saving up, and I just need to come to a decision with what I want to do. I don't know right now, but anyway, so I'm looking at this lease renewal letter. Honestly, I've had it for like a month and I've been scared to open it. Like, I haven't wanted to open it. I've been very much ignoring it. I literally said to myself, okay, you're going to go enjoy your weekend. You're going to come home. You're going to pray about it. And you're going to open this letter because it's not going to explode in your face. You have to face reality. Like, yes, the bills are going up. A lot is going on, with school. Josh's schooling, me having to kind of pay for my student loans, and then going to grad school and stopping, like that's a bill in itself. Everything is going up. Food is more expensive. Life is more expensive. Breathing is more expensive, right? You want to pay your bills, you want to save up, but you also want to live, because life stops for no one. The one thing that's constant is change, and you cannot stop time. And I don't want to be so focused on saving that I don't enjoy life. So where's the balance? So anyway, I really struggle. I do have a lot of financial trauma that I'm trying to work through. So I wanted to share something with you guys. So I did a challenge. I did something called the Younger Self Challenge on Instagram. I know these groups of life coaches and therapists, they're a collective. They are Escape to Expansion, or Escapade to Expansion, I think. I don't know. But they were having a challenge, your younger self challenge, and the challenge was, what would you tell your younger self? And I did my younger self challenge, and it was powerful. It was empowering, and I won the challenge. So with the challenge, I got a couple things. I got a life coaching session with one of the life coaches. That was a phenomenal session. It was very much emotional. I'm not gonna lie. She pulled some things out of me, but it was very much empowering and motivational and inspiring, and basically related to me. She's just like, you're already doing coaching. Just get your website up, figure that out. Like, I got you. Let me know if you need my help. So that's God sending me that message through a vessel, telling me, get to it, because you're doing that work anyway, right? That's your purpose. Get to it. Another side note. But anyway, I won the life coaching session. I won a therapy session. I won some tea, which is really good. And then I won some cards, some affirmation cards. So I want to share those because I use these tonight before I open my lease renewal, because I've been feeling very much anxious and having anxiety with this since I received it in the mail. And I don't know why. Like, and every year it's the same thing. Every year it's like, it's coming up. I should have a house by now. I should have this. I should have that. You are where you are. You plan for what you want to do. But if you don't make the plan, you're going to stay the same. So this year I vow to be more intentional with my finances. This year I work on my mental health when it comes to finances. This year I work on my anxiety when it comes to my finances and money and that type of thing. This year I work on it. Yeah. And I know it stems from childhood. I know. So anyway, these are her cards. Fly Abundance deck from Life Coach Vaughn. She has her website listed here as well. And I pulled these out. I lit a candle. I got some water. I turned on my diffuser and I just meditated. I prayed about it. And these cards are awesome. So I wanted to share. I don't want to share all her cards, but feel free to purchase them, because just looking at them, it made me very much zen. So the card that stuck out to me the most tonight was, all that I need to survive and thrive already exists and is made available to me at the right time. So this was very powerful for me. So I sat here and I read this, and then she has a mantra at the beginning that you're supposed to recite this mantra 5 times before you read in the deck. And it was really helpful tonight. So I just wanted to share. I do plan on participating in the Vet Your Spending Challenge this year, because I have not been able to do it live with them, but I'm definitely going to devote some time to do that this year when that does come up. And I'm going to keep working on these Fly Abundance decks. I'm going to intentionally incorporate more financial literacy into my evening, my 5 to 9, with the knowledge to help decrease my anxiety and work on some things, right? And figure out next steps. So I did officially sign my lease to renew, and I'm giving myself this year to figure out what I want to do. It could be a condo. It could be a home. It could be a townhouse. I don't know. But my job also offers lots of benefits to getting homes and properties and things of that nature. So that's something I need to intentionally work on. I've been struggling with this. Like, my brain is so much, it's like debilitated when it comes to that. Yeah, I can make money. I have a really good job, you know, great benefits, great perks. I have a really, I would say, a very fulfilling part-time job. I'm working on my purpose. But there are things I still struggle with. And this is one of them where it's just like, I get so much anxiety. I feel nervous. I feel overwhelmed. And I'm not going to lie, guys, sometimes I feel like I wish I had someone else here that could help alleviate some of that, because there's so many things that I'm good at, right? And I just feel like my plus one should be able to do that part. Like, just handle the finances to an extent. Like, but I'm here for a reason. So maybe this is supposed to be a part of my testimony too. I don't know yet, but we're going to figure it out. And I'm going to share my steps and my vulnerability along the way when it comes to this. But I struggle. I have a huge financial block. It just finances make me so anxious. And that's something I'm working on. And I'm going to be very much intentional this year about leveling up when it comes to my anxiety and trying to decrease it as much as possible and trying to let go of that childhood trauma. Like, I feel like I've healed on some of my childhood trauma when it comes to my family and the things I have experienced. But this is another part, and this is heavy. Like, they're all heavy, right? But this is the part that I really need to devote some more energy and time into. So I signed my lease. I'm gonna give it to him in the morning, and let it go. I usually wait until the very last day before I send it. And I don't know why. Like, you're gonna be here. Like, why are you procrastinating? But more intentional when it comes to that. So I just want to share to you guys, experience any financial trauma. Have you worked through your childhood trauma when it comes to financing and budgeting and saving and planning when it comes to your finances? Or have you been successful with that? And if so, what would you recommend? I know Debt Demolisher TV, she's phenomenal when it comes to this type of thing. I've listened to a couple of these women improvement calls from Coach Jessica. Had a women improvement call, and Sophia Melanie was on there, and it was amazing. And it was just so therapeutic, because it's not just strategic steps, but it's a lot of emotional, mental, therapeutic work to work on your traumas. But if you have anything else besides Debt Demolisher TV, and she listed a couple of resources too that I need to look into. So I'm going to give myself homework, guys. But if you have any, feel free to share those. If you've had some trauma, financial trauma, and you've worked through it and you've gotten better, what are some tips and tricks that you have used? Not tricks, but what are some methods that you have used to help you minimize that anxiety when it comes to financial trauma? Let me know. Share it. I'd be very much interested in hearing what you guys have to say. But in the meantime, I will be sharing if I see anything that comes up that could be a benefit to others as I do my research and really work on this. I will definitely be sharing it with you guys too. So that is all I have for tonight. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and we will touch base throughout the week.